Well, we have expert witnesses that are providing testimony that's very, very important relative to housing, vacant housing, and water infrastructure issues, which are going to be very, very helpful toward moving a new urban agenda in the next Congress.
Cities like Buffalo have a tremendous built environment that should be an asset for redeveloping.
Places like Buffalo, places like Jamestown, places like Dunkirk don't want to be dependent on the state government. They don't want to be dependent on the federal government. They want economic self-sufficiency. They want economic independence. So that calls for a new kind of investment from the federal government to older cities like Buffalo so that we can find a way to grow economically without having to go back to Washington on a regular basis.
In an increasingly competitive global economy, the mega region, which is what I'm talking about in the Great Lakes mega region, becomes critically important.
So we're taking very important information, ideas that folks have relative to regulation, relative to financing, so that we can help revitalize older cities like Buffalo, like Jamestown, like Dunkirk.
And what I would say the role for federal policy going forward would be some more eligible costs for brownfield expenditures.
So it's sound investments in housing, sound investments in water infrastructure, sound investments in economic development, making the vacant land that exists within urban areas that have been abandoned over the past 30 years accessible and attractive for private sector investment.
The Transportation and Infrastructure Committee needs to be thanked for their work on this frontier.
The information has been valuable, it's been presented in a clear and concise way, and we are going to present it to the Older Cities Task Force and use it for our own edification toward the goal of considering new legislation in the next Congress that will help revitalize cities like Buffalo.